So here we have the new Blockstream hat. It is made out of space cotton, and it has an embossed Blockstream logo on the back of the leather strap.
Space cotton. Where you get space cotton?
What the heck is space cotton?
Carbon fiber, weave, and aluminum spaces.
And we have a rubber Blockstream logo on the front. So this is probably my most advanced hat to date.
This is very uninspiring.
It is super inspiring. It's the future.
It's black, Samson. It's a black hat. Come on.
Why would you want to wear a Blockstream hat? It's a company that hijacked Bitcoin.
Yo.
Because you should be proud that you could hijack Bitcoin and force small blocks on people.
I'd like to show my most advanced cable. It has USB-C at both ends and space plastic around the middle.
And it's black. It's black as well.
And it's also black.
Space cotton is a thing.
Sure. Space cotton. Mm-hmm. That's what they're making the new Tesla out of.
How and where is it harvested?
In space. It's from an asteroid.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, it has to be really expensive then.
They grow it next to space sheep.
No, on space sheep.
That would be wool.
Cotton is not coming from sheep.
It's not from a sheep. That's why I said they grow it next to space sheep.
Okay.
Jeez, guys.
Okay, let's start the show.
Magical crypto. The best thing to do is simply to hodl. What's a young pony to do in a sea of shady ICOs? A lion's courage can light up even the darkest of shadows. Unlike the corporate suits, the whale panda is wise. A chicken dreams about the moon while soaring in the skies. As Bitcoin sees new all-time highs. Crypto. All around me I see big blockheads. Magical crypto. The best thing to do is simply to hodl. We'll always buy the dip, and we'll always be the best of the rest.
So, welcome to episode 31. Still with me, Whale Panda, still wearing the same shirt and sitting in the same place. Ricardo is also still...
Let me go change my shirt 1 second.
Are you serious?
No, he's not serious. Ain't nobody got time for that.
I'll just take it off.
Ricardo's still in front of the curtain. Ricardo, reveal what's behind the curtain.
The man in front of the curtain.
Can you hide behind the curtain?
Yes!
Probably.
Stick your face out.
Okay. And you come out when we cue you.
Okay, I'm ready.
Now.
Here's Ricardo!
That was great.
Yeah. And Charlie's still sitting in front of his closet with his sword and everything. And nothing's changing, so it's actually quite boring.
That's actually his travel sword. It's not the normal one that you see.
Yeah, it's a small one.
Yeah.
It folds.
It's made out of space plastic.
Space metal.
Space metal.
I haven't had a chance to use it yet.
You know that if you really think about it, we're all made out of space stuff. We're all made out of stars, even, if you want to go that deep.
I thought we weren't drinking for this episode.
And I know it's morning for you guys, but it's evening for me. So, and Samsung. What's actually the robot in the back?
That's a transformer.
Okay.
It's Jetfire.
I have a transformer also over there.
Where? I just see like a droid from Star Wars.
I'll show you. 1 second.
This is gonna be another exciting episode of Magical Crypto Friends.
This is just proving the point that we have no content.
This is just three friends and one acquaintance.
And one acquaintance.
Who's the acquaintance?
You like my transformer?
Nice.
What's his name?
Satoshi.
It transforms into a Toyota Supra. It's very exciting.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a sponsor advertisement. Sponsor ready. Ricardo, come on. You can do it.
BTSE, the exchange that upgrades your trades. Join BTSE, one of the first exchanges to support Liquid Tether. You can now move your funds to BTSE from any Liquid Network member exchange, fast, conveniently, and confidentially. You're no longer trading on just one exchange. You're trading on a network of exchanges. Leverage your best trading opportunities with 2-minute transaction times. Sign up, log in, and trade on bitsy.com, a launch member of the Liquid Network.
That was beautiful. I was touched. I was moved.
Well, 3 years of training at Juilliard will get you to a point where you can do that. I hope they teach interpretive dance at Juilliard, otherwise that's going to sound really dumb.
I think you should do that live on stage at MCC.
I think so too.
I'm ready. My body is ready.
Okay. Do you have your leotards?
I have several. I'll be wearing the leopard print one. the leopard print followed by the cheetah print.
And Samson's going to play his musical instrument.
Mm-hmm.
He is.
Are you playing a guitar or something?
I'll play a triangle. Ding.
He's an interpretive percussionist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's just start with our topics because this is too much. Although I really want to see Ricardo on stage, but not in a leotard. I really think you have talent for like acting, voice acting, stuff like that. But yeah.
Thank you. That's so kind of you.
Because this guy you see right now is an actor. We hired him to portray Ricardo.
Of course. It's my stunt double.
The real Ricardo is actually a robot
Yes.
that showed up last year.
It wasn't actually at MCC.
It was the real Ricardo at MCC, not this flesh and bone. I know.
Mind blown.
Okay, so the Crypto Rating Council was in the news a long time ago, but now we're finally coming to it. So basically, it was 8 companies, I believe, that decided to work together and rate cryptos. It was Anchorage, Bittrex, Circle, Coinbase, Cumberland, Genesis, Grayscale, and Kraken. In order for them to decide what's security or what's closer to the security or not. So that was interesting at the time. So why you think these 8 companies like came together and tried to do it, or is it to try to influence the SEC or something? Or
I don't think it's to influence the SEC. I think it's their own interpretation of what not theirs particularly, but their council's interpretation of it, because they need guidance on whether or not to list something, and the SEC is not really coming to the party in terms of really clear guidance. The real question is whether this has any value, and I believe it does, because the SEC does not have the manpower to evaluate every single project. So the SEC will use something like this as an indicator. That's not to say that something that's marked as not a security will not be investigated by the SEC. It's just that this gives them like a short list of things to work with. Like, cool, we're gonna shelve that for now and look at it later, because these reputable companies with reputable lawyers have said that this probably isn't a security. So, let's mark it as low priority.
But, okay. I was going to make a dig at one of the exchanges, but nah, I'll skip it.
Yeah, because, what if that exchange wants to sponsor us for Magical Crypto Conference? # just say.
yeah, we shouldn't diss anything until we know if they're sponsoring or not.
Yeah, if they're not sponsoring, then we can go wild.
Yeah.
Ethereum is so cool, right? Ethereum Foundation? And EOS? Justin's son.
Justin for president.
You never know.
If he's not in jail yet in China.
He's definitely going to be world president one day.
I'll give you my take. I don't think the Crypto Rating Council is that meaningful. And they've even said like nothing they say has any weight. It's just kind of a informative rating system that shows you what these companies think, which, as Rick pointed out, could be useful for themselves, but it doesn't really have any meaningful impact on anything.
Absolutely.
Because the SEC could still go after any of these things, even if they say it's not a security.
Yeah, so some of the so they were rating cryptocurrencies on scale from 1 to 5, Bitcoin being 1. But I'm going over the list here now. Ethereum was 2, Litecoin 1, Monero 1.
Wait. Which Ethereum? Ethereum 1.0 or Ethereum 2.0?
Bcash is 2. XRP or Ripple, that's the same thing. And now you can read all the triggered comments below. Is 4. Polymath 4.5. Maker 4.5. And EOS 3.75. So...
okay, I take it back. Crypto Rating Council is great.
Yeah.
They nailed Ripple's rating.
Well, it should have been a 5, obviously.
Well,
They got Litecoin correct, so
And Monero.
that's all I care.
And Bitcoin.
nah, Bitcoin's 0. So when Ethereum 2.0 comes up, does that bump up Ethereum's rating to more of a security? Because the SEC only said Ethereum 1.0 was not a security.
And I think someone from the CFTC unofficially said that Ethereum is a commodity, right?
Maybe.
Is it pile of garbage? What?
Hot pile of garbage.
Okay, moving on. 2 weeks ago, I think, Bernie Sanders tweeted, say Bill Gates was actually taxed $100 billion. We could end homelessness and provide safe drinking water to everyone in this country. Bill would still be a multi-billionaire. Our message, the billionaire class cannot have it all when so many have so little. So, and Samson's comment to that was, that's why we need Bitcoin citadels.
It's true.
So we can protect our Bitcoins from people trying to steal them.
From Bernie.
I mean, what he said is quite ridiculous. I mean, we can just easily just print $100 billion and solve homelessness and safe drinking water forever.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like, why not just do that?
But I mean, like the other thing is, so the US took in, I think it was 4.1 trillion in tax last year. So, and they couldn't solve homelessness and provide safe drinking water for everyone. But suddenly, if they went to 4.2 trillion, they would be able to solve everything. It's that extra 0.1 trillion that makes all the difference.
I think I read somewhere that there's some public toilet in New York that cost the government $10 million to build.
Wow.
So it might cost them 10 trillion to provide drinking water to people.
They can build 10,000 more of those with the $100 billion they steal from Bill Gates.
And yeah, it would be theft. I mean, it's a crazy suggestion.
Well, what Bernie's saying is basically, let's get rid of capitalism and take away money from people that we think have too much money, which is getting into pretty commie territory there.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, someone also, I saw on Twitter, someone also said that, well, Bill Gates already kind of committed like most of that money to charities. So you're basically trying to steal from those charities if you're taking that money from Bill Gates.
I know, but I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I don't. It's not that I don't support higher tax rates for for wealthy people or whatever. I definitely think that there's scope for that, but I mean, it also comes down to how it's used. You can have 90% tax rates against the top 1%, but if it's not used correctly, it just ends up lining the pockets of other people.
But anyway, if the taxes start getting too high, then those rich people will just leave the country, right?
There's that too.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ricardo, you only support taxing the rich because you don't live in the U.S.
Well, I'm just playing regulatory arbitrage. But seriously though, I mean, like, I think the whole tax discussion is useless unless you can fix the how it's spent problem, which is from my personal perspective unfixable.
It is unfixable.
And there are other issues as well. Like, what if you have a couple of billion in stocks? Do you have to dump them on the market then to pay your taxes, or what?
Well, I think fundamentally too, the issue with fiat money and inflation and quantitative easing is that it really doesn't matter how much you're taxing because the money is not sound. It's just pulled out of thin air. So it's still becoming worthless over time.
Now, the Bitcoin Citadel thing is actually quite interesting, but at the same time, do you really want to be stuck with all Bitcoiners all the time?
No thanks. Hard pass.
Well, I was always thinking there's going to be a magical crypto citadel just for us four.
Well, for three of us.
Guys, I don't want the acquaintance there. But us three friends, the three friends can be there. It's totally fine.
I agree.
You guys want to explain that joke? For those that don't know what we're talking about?
Sure. So Will Panda posted a highlight of his last decade. And then I commented at the end and said, and made 3 friends for the first time in his life.
Yes, really funny.
And then he corrected it and said, 2 friends and 1 acquaintance.
And left it at that. So we don't know which one of us is the acquaintance.
I think we know.
I think we all know.
Yeah, like we all know. Yeah, we all know.
It's Ricardo.
It's definitely not me.
So actually, back to the Bitcoin Citadel question, comment. The guy who wrote that from the future, right? And he actually came back and edited his post. So saying that, so now we know he's not from the future. And it's all a story. So that's unfortunate.
But the point of a citadel is still that someday Bitcoiners will need to create something or some place where we can live.
A safe place, like an echo chamber.
But in the end, someday everyone will be a Bitcoiner. So, right? So are you talking about just about the wealthy?
Yes,
need to create
the
a
rich
place?
elite, obviously.
Yeah, so it's not really a Bitcoiner thing. It's just the rich people thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they won't be taxed.
They have to first siege the citadel.
No, then they're going to start their own government and tax themselves, and then everything will be back to normal. I mean, they have to, right? You have to have like a government. You have to create a police force to protect themselves. So, how are you going to fund that?
We're reinventing governments.
Reinventing countries and governments.
So it's like the Matrix. It just happens over and over again.
So, and anyway, the way I see it in the future, you saw the movie Elysium with Matt Damon?
Yes.
So the elite live in a space station circling Earth, and Earth is like toxic waste.
Wasn't
blah,
that
blah,
Tom
blah.
Cruise?
No.
No.
Okay. I'm thinking of Edge of Tomorrow.
Okay.
That's a totally different movie.
It
You
is.
just like cut Will Panda speaking just for that.
Sorry. Continue.
So you basically have like the space station circling Earth, and you have like sort of a Garden of Eden vibe there for the rich people. That's how I see my future. I just need to live long enough to see that happen. Barry Silbert released another Drop Gold video, advertisement, where basically he's saying Bitcoin is much better than gold, and he's targeting the people who buy gold to actually buy Bitcoin. So some people are saying that it's like the wrong audience to target, because Bitcoin and gold can work together, they can be compatible.
They can work together. What are we going to have, like Bitcoin gold atomic swaps?
That's not a bad idea.
You talking about Bitcoin Gold, the cryptocurrency?
Bitcoin.
gold.
Oh my god.
I think it's kind of silly to kind of attack gold.
That was my point. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not even sure like what's the point of attacking gold. I think we should be kind of focused on fiat currencies.
But it's an effective ad campaign because it gets people
It
thinking.
gets people talking.
Yeah, and it gets Bitcoiners riled up. Or no, sorry, gold bugs riled.
Gold bugs riled up, which is pretty funny.
Yeah. So I would say overall, it's an effective method of getting the message out there, but I don't fully agree that you need to drop gold because there's nothing really wrong with gold. It's not going to go away anytime soon either.
You should drop it because it's heavy.
Accidentally drop it.
Actually, some of the ads that I saw with the drop gold campaign is pretty funny.
Yeah, they're actually well made. They're funny, but maybe it's not the right audience to target. I don't know. Do you guys have any gold? I have like a very small gold bar that I bought way before I got into Bitcoin. Actually,
Yeah, I was into gold before I got into Bitcoin.
I have one gold coin.
Ricardo.
What's gold?
Ricardo has like a stack of gold behind that curtain of his.
Behind the curtain. This is the curtain I used to cover my gold.
It's actually in Fort Knox right now.
That wasn't funny.
No.
No, he's right. I'm not in jail. I'm in Fort Knox.
He's auditing the gold reserves.
I am. Because they trust me because I count so well. They heard my BTSE adverts and were immediately like, please come count our gold.
Okay. Well, as you said, it gets gold bugs riled up. Especially Peter Schiff. It's quite funny to see him interact with...
Peter Schiff's very funny. He tweeted out that Bitcoin will never hit $100,000.
Yeah.
That will age well.
That's not a bet I'd be willing to take.
Maybe he meant gold.
He was shitting on Bitcoin since it was like $20 or something.
Yes, exactly.
It's crazy. Even if Bitcoin never hits $100,000, the fact that he missed the run up from 20 to 20,000 is just insane.
Yeah, can you imagine like knowing about Bitcoin at $20 and not buying it and then just keep... But he's not alone. Like Nouriel does the same thing, right? So
does Emin.
He started at like $8 even, I think, Nouriel.
That's true. It was funny when Peter Schiff, like tweeted when gold went up 5% in one day, and he was like, "Oh my God, gold is on the run!" And all the Bitcoiners replied, "5%, that's like nothing."
We go up 10 to 20 a day and then drop 30.
And we call that Tuesday.
No, we call it Tuesday morning.
It's Friday and we're down 5% today, so...
Stop selling, Ricardo.
I'm just trying to copy you.
Well, you're not doing a very good job because the price is pretty low.
So, Stellar recently announced in their event that they burned 50% of their supply. Congratulations, Stellar. Good job.
They should have burned 100.
Yeah, and that means that I don't even know how much they controlled, but if you can just burn 50% of the total supply, that should tell you something.
Well, Charlie did a calculation on that, I recall.
Yeah, they burned 50 billion coins that they were supposed to be handing them out. So, and then they burned 5 billion of their own coins. So effectively, they increased their percentage of the total coins from 16% to 24%.
And their price didn't really go up either.
Price went up 20%, didn't it?
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah.
And then it dropped back down. The thing is, it's kind of they burned coins that was meant to be distributed, right? So effectively, they're taking away kind of they had a whole plan of distributing like 80 billion coins over next 5-10 years, and they just decided to burn half of them. So it's kind of quite ridiculous that they can just decide to do that. It's similar to if a coin decided to reduce mining, right? Basically, it will enrich people who already own a lot of coins today, and they just reduce the emission in the future.
Doesn't this put them closer to security territory?
I think it does.
I think so too.
But also, did they actually burn it or did they lock it for a certain time?
They said they burned it.
They send it to an address that is practically impossible to find a private key to.
Okay.
The address actually starts with Stellar is not a security.
So shitcoins being shitcoins. Okay, so let's take a question from our fan. Is there a cold hardware wallet? Oh my god! Why do they always like make mistakes in their tweets and then I read them
And then you sound like you can't speak English.
No, it's fine.
It's messed up. Okay, is there a cold hardware wallet?
Is there a cold wallet hardware choice?
But it's a cold hardware
You just can't read.
wallet. But it's a hardware wallet, so it's a cold hardware wallet.
It's a hard code warm hardware wallet.
It's a hard knock life for us.
Is there a cold hardware wallet choice that doesn't require a ridiculous web interface such as Trezor requires? I just want to be able to put BTC away for 5 years and plug in a USB in 2014, I guess he means 2024, and not be hostage to internet web junk. Please don't say Bobby Lee's wallet.
Okay, so the answer to that is use a proper cold storage wallet, like a cold card. Oh, not cold card. What's the thing? The crypto steel new name? Billfuddle?
Blockstream Metal?
Billfuddle. Yeah.
I mean Billfuddle.
You mean Blockstream Metal?
No, he means Billfuddle.
Well, Billfuddle is different from CryptoSteel, right? I think they're two different
Well,
companies.
the original one was like basically the same, right?
Yeah.
But they've got a new one out which is pretty cool. CryptoSteel does. It's a round tube, and then you get a bunch of discs, and you slide all the discs on, and that one actually looks kind of neat.
That looks so scary to me. You think it looks neat? I think like when I see it, I'm like, if I drop this sucker,
Yeah, you drop it all
I'm
out.
gonna lose all my money.
No, but it's all screwed on. Like you don't actually unscrew it to look at the letters. There's a gap, so you can just slide all the things down through the gap.
Yeah, to me it seems very scary.
No, but come on. I mean, unless you're being an idiot and opening that up unnecessarily, you'll be fine.
Yeah, but like the problem is if you pass away and then like your estate opens up your bank safe and sees that, they're like, oh, look, cool, let me open this and figure this out, and then they drop it or whatever and like lose all the money.
I think that's definitely a possibility. And if you want something simpler, then in LOPS tests, I think a piece of steel with a stamping kit is like the best.
Right, but he wants a USB, something to plug in your USB.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I'm saying that's not possible without being hostage to their software. And if you don't want to be hostage to their software, then you can just put down your mnemonic, and you can restore that mnemonic in whatever Electrum or any wallet in 2024.
The cylinder thing, how is that better than the normal CryptoSteel? I never understood.
It's smaller. It's called the CryptoSteel capsule, I remember. And the benefit is that it's smaller. So it's...
And I believe more heat resistant as well.
Just less space?
Yeah, it's less space, so you could like put it, I don't know, anywhere. Whereas a CryptoSteel is very heavy and very bulky.
Yeah. And the other thing about the CryptoSteel cylinder is it works well as a prison wallet.
I actually have now I have to check how big it actually is because I have no idea how big it is.
Are you planning for the future?
So you can measure it?
Well, you came up with it, so I just want to see how big it is.
He just wants to put it up his nose, that's all.
I don't. Oh, okay. Actually, that's reasonable.
Guys, this is supposed to be a family-friendly show.
It is family friendly. No one knows what that
It
is.
is family friendly.
Okay, now go to your parents and ask, Mommy, Daddy, what's a prison wall? What? Okay.
Okay, stop. We didn't answer the question. So they're asking, is there basically a hardware wallet that doesn't need a web interface.
Or doesn't need their software and there isn't.
Well, no. You can use a ledger. At least you can use a Nano S with Electrum. I haven't tested the Nano X, but you don't need a web wallet or even need Ledger Live to use a Ledger hardware wallet.
Is he just concerned about it being a web interface, or is he concerned about being like software? Because like Ledger Live is not a web interface either, right? So Trezor has a web interface. Ledger doesn't use a web interface. So
Yeah. Well, Ledger uses software you have to install. I guess the fear may be web interfaces are not that secure.
yeah, then you use Ledger, right? Ledger Live is an app.
Right, but it could, if it's privacy concerns, because I don't think Ledger is open source, then you could still use a Ledger with Electrum.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for this interesting question, to which we got an interesting answer. So if you ever are close enough to Ricardo, you know where to look for his wallet.
Under the ocean, where all my private keys are.
It's called an ocean.
It's called an ocean.
So, thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.
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 Magical Crypto Conference. The best thing to do is take your mom there on Sunday.
Magical crypto. Magical crypto. Magical crypto will always be the best friends.
I think you should do it.
Join BTSE.
Do it
One of the
interpretive.
first exchanges. Yeah, I'm trying to... You're ruining my interpretive dance.
Yeah. Do it with an
Fine,
interpretive
okay, I'll start
dance.
again. All right. Okay, cool.
Okay.
BTSE.